Hi everyone, welcome to your next lesson on your study of medieval Europe using my Medieval Europe teaching and learning website. Last lesson, or a couple lessons, we looked at source work, and now we're going to get into famous people and places during medieval Europe. So this is your first lesson will be on Middle Ages England. So you're to know and to be able to, your learning intentions for this lesson that I'd like you to write down in your book as your heading. You're to know is Middle Ages England, and you're to be able to is locate famous medieval English kingdoms and people. So I've got a map here of, we've got the English Empire and then the Frankish Empire here after the death of Charlemagne. Now, Charlemagne was a very powerful and well-known Frankish king, and he took over a lot of land for the Frankish Empire, which you'll learn about in the next lesson. But this lesson, we're going to focus on England. So this is what Europe looked like in the Middle Ages. You can see as well here, is worth noting, is the Northmen. This is where the Vikings came from and landed on England. So you can see what we call modern day England is this area here. You've also got Ireland, and then what is going to become Scotland up here as well. So these are the areas we're going to learn about is England, and then the Frankish Empire, which is modern day France, Germany, Italy, and so on. So your first task, guys, you're going to be given a blank map of England with the 4 kingdoms on it, and what you need to do is just write in the names of those kingdoms. So there's Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, Wessex, that makes up England, and then of course you've got Wales as well, which we know is a separate country today. So they were the 4 kingdoms during the Middle Ages. So your first activity is to write the names of those kingdoms in the blank map and then glue that blank map in your books, and that's your first activity done. Your next activity is a bit of fun. It's a Who Am I game using clues and internet research. So what you need to do for each person, you need to copy the clues in your book, write them down in your book, and then use Google research to find the 3 people based on the clues. So answer questions A and B once you're finished as well. So worry about these questions when you finish. I'll give you an example of how we can find person number 1. So I would Google, this person defeated Wiglaf of Mercia in 1829. So I could go into Google and type in defeated Wiglaf of Mercia. So I'm going to go and put that into Google now. Right, this could be my person here, but I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let you guys Google the other clues. Do the same for person 2. So when you find the person, you write their name in the space here, because you'll copy all of this in your book. So person 2, my name starts with A. That was a Middle Ages word. So not a word, a letter. Second clue, I had 2 wives, Osburh and Judith. And then lastly, I had a naval victory against the Vikings near a place called Sandwich. So that would be my 3 clues for person 2. So I'm going to copy all that in my book, Google them, and then find person 2. Lastly, person 3, I'm the most famous of these 3 people. I made a deal with the Vikings known as the Danelaw. I changed primary education from Latin to English so everyone could get an education. So writing all this in your books, Google the clues, find out who person 3 is. And then to finish off the lesson, there is a Kahoot on person 3. So make sure you keep your clues and your notes open so you can go well at that Kahoot. So after you find these 3 people, you need to answer these 2 questions. How do these 3 people all know each other? So there'll be clues of how they know each other when you find them. And then where are they all from? And that'll say in the description of who they are as well. So make sure you answer all 3 of those questions when you finish. So what you should have in your book at the end of the lesson is your to know and to be able to is your heading. You should have your map of Middle Ages England. Then you need to have your 3 people correctly named with their clues written down. And then at the end, we'll play a Kahoot as well. Thanks, guys. I'll see you for lesson 2, which will be Middle Ages Frankish Empire. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to stay updated to any changes I make to the websites or upload any new videos. Thanks, guys.